Hey guys, it's Shayna here with Bear Creek Arsenal, and today we're taking on one of the biggest caliber debates in the AR-15 world, 300 Blackout versus 5.56 NATO. Whether you're a new shooter building your first rifle or a seasoned enthusiast trying to decide on your next upper, this breakdown will give you everything you need to make an informed decision. These two calibers each have their strengths, and while 5.56 has been the gold standard for decades, 300 Blackout has made a name for itself in the world of short-barreled rifles and suppressor-friendly setups. I'll be breaking down the history, ballistics, stopping power, applications, and practical considerations of each to give you a full picture of how they stack up. And when it's time to build or upgrade your setup, Bear Creek Arsenal has you covered. We offer a full range of affordable, high-quality 300 Blackout and 5.56 rifles, uppers, and barrels, no matter which direction you go. So let's kick things off with a look at how these rounds came to be. The 5.56 NATO cartridge has been the gold standard for military and civilian AR-15s for decades. Its roots trace back to the late 1950s when the U.S. military was searching for a lighter, high-velocity cartridge to replace the heavier .30 caliber rounds like .308 Winchester or .7.62 NATO. The goal was to develop a round that could allow soldiers to carry more ammunition while still delivering effective stopping power at combat ranges. This led to the development of the M16 rifle and the 5.56x45 NATO round, which was based on the commercial 223 Remington. The result was a lightweight, high-speed round that became the standard issue for the U.S. military and NATO forces worldwide. Its flat trajectory, low recoil, and high velocity made it ideal for a wide range of applications, and it has remained the dominant cartridge for AR-15 platforms ever since. But not every mission calls for the same tool. That's where 300 Blackout comes in. In the early 2000s, the U.S. military, specifically SOCOM, wanted a round that could deliver more energy in close quarters combat while being optimized for suppressed fire. The goal was simple: create a harder-hitting round that could fit in a standard AR-15 magazine and bolt while cycling reliably in subsonic and supersonic loads. Developed by Advanced Armament Corps and Remington Defense, 300 Blackout was officially introduced in 2011. Its design mirrored the ballistics of 7.62x39, giving it more stopping power at close range while maintaining compatibility with the AR-15 platform. Built for two very different missions, these calibers were destined to perform differently where it counts most, on the ballistics charts. Now let's talk numbers. When comparing 300 Blackout to 5.56, velocity, energy, and trajectory are the key metrics that define performance. 5.56 is built for speed and distance. A standard 55 grain round flies at about 3,100 feet per second, with around 1,200 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle. Heavier 62 grain, green tip rounds still reach speeds of 2,900 to 3,000 feet per second, delivering 1,300 foot-pounds of energy. This high velocity gives 5.56 an extremely flat trajectory, making it highly effective at distances up to 500 yards. That's why it's remained a go-to caliber for military, law enforcement, and entry-level civilian long-range shooting. 300 Blackout, on the other hand, was built for short-barreled rifles and suppression. Supersonic loads, 110 to 125 grains, travel at about 2,200 to 2,400 feet per second, generating 1,300 to 1,500 foot-pounds of energy, similar to 5.56, but in a heavier bullet. But where 300 Blackout really shines is in subsonic loads. These 200 to 220 grain bullets move at 1,000 to 1,100 feet per second, keeping them below the speed of sound. This makes them incredibly quiet when suppressed, while still delivering 500 to 600 foot-pounds of energy at close range. Here's the kicker. 5.56 loses a lot of velocity in short barrels, while 300 Blackout doesn't. A 9-inch 300 Blackout barrel delivers similar energy to a 16-inch 5.56 barrel, making it the superior choice for compact ARs and suppressed platforms. So if you're running a standard rifle-length barrel, 5.56 NATO's velocity and trajectory make it the better long-range choice. But if you want an SBR or suppressed setup, 300 Blackout was built for that job. And whether you're looking for a full-length 5.56 rifle or a short-barreled 300 Blackout, Bear Creek Arsenal has you covered with a range of barrel lengths and complete uppers for both calibers. But ballistics only tells part of the story. What about real-world stopping power? How do these calibers actually perform on target? 5.56 relies on speed and fragmentation to neutralize threats. When it hits a soft target at high velocity, the bullet tumbles, yaws, and breaks apart, creating a large wound cavity. This makes it extremely effective at close to medium ranges, particularly with fragmenting or expanding ammunition. However, at lower velocities or after passing through barriers, 5.56's effectiveness can drop. If the bullet doesn't fragment as intended, it can punch through without delivering maximum energy transfer. 300 Blackout, on the other hand, relies on mass and momentum rather than fragmentation. Supersonic 300 Black rounds hit the same energy as a 30-30 Winchester, a tried and true hunting round. This means deep penetration and reliable expansion, even at lower velocities. Subsonic 300 Blackout is another beast entirely. While it lacks high velocity, its heavy 200+ grain bullets hit with serious force. These rounds don't rely on fragmentation. They crush through barriers and deliver consistent performance through soft tissue. While subsonic is excellent for suppressed shooting and stealth applications, supersonic 300 Blackout loads tend to be more effective for home defense due to their reliable expansion and greater energy transfer. And here's something counterintuitive. When it comes to over-penetration concerns, supersonic 300 Blackout is actually the better choice than subsonic. Why? Because higher velocity rounds are designed to expand on impact, transferring more energy into the target and slowing down faster. Subsonic rounds, on the other hand, don't rely on expansion and can sometimes pass through a target with more retained momentum, increasing the risk of over-penetration. If you're building a home defense rifle, it's worth considering the physics behind the round you choose. Now that we've covered ballistics and stopping power, let's get into practical applications. Where do these calibers excel, and which one makes more sense for your specific needs? When it comes to a do-it-all rifle, the 5.56 stands out. Its low recoil and quick follow-up capability make it perfect for everything from training to home defense. Whether you're building your first AR-15 or adding to a seasoned collection, the 5.56 offers a balanced blend of control, versatility, and performance that's hard to top. When it comes to longer range shooting, the higher velocity and flatter trajectory of 5.56 give it a serious edge past 300 yards. If you need to hit distant targets with precision, this is the caliber that will get the job done. It's also why 5.56 remains the standard for military and law enforcement. Its ability to penetrate body armor and engage threats at range makes it a proven performer in both combat and defensive scenarios. But what if your needs are a little more specialized? That's where 300 Blackout really shines. 300 Blackout wasn't designed to replace 5.56. It was designed to do what 5.56 can't. If your priority is short-barreled performance, suppression, or maximizing stopping power in close quarters, it's hard to beat. If you're building an SBR, 300 Blackout is a perfect match. Since it loses very little velocity in short barrels, this makes it the superior choice for compact AR builds. And for home defense or close quarters combat, 300 Blackout has a clear advantage thanks to its heavier bullets and better momentum transfer, which make it incredibly effective at stopping threats up close. We won't get too deep into the weeds, but over-penetration is a widely debated topic when it comes to defensive ammo selection. With the right load, both calibers can be effective in defensive situations, but it's worth testing different ammo types to find what works best for your specific needs. But where 300 Blackout really stands apart is its suppressor optimization. Subsonic 300 Blackout loads are incredibly quiet when suppressed, offering a significant advantage in applications where reduced noise signature matters. This caliber was designed for suppressed shooting, and when paired with a quality suppressor, it's one of the quietest AR-15 platforms available. For hunters, 300 Blackout is also a fantastic option. Many states allow it for deer, hogs, and other medium game, and supersonic loads can deliver ethical, effective kills out to 200+ yards. Subsonic loads, while limited in range, are excellent for close range shots where noise reduction is a priority. But choosing between 5.56 and 300 Blackout isn't just about performance, it's about practicality. Let's talk about what actually matters when running these calibers in your AR-15. Let's be honest, ammo cost matters. The more you shoot, the more those price differences stack up. And this is where 5.56 has a major advantage. Bulk 5.56 can be found for as little as 20 to 30 cents per round, making it one of the most affordable centerfire rifle calibers available. On the other hand, 300 Blackout is a bit more expensive. generally running about 40 to 50 cents a round. Trust us, that may not seem like a lot, but your wallet will definitely feel the heat after a few prolonged range sessions. Beyond cost, availability also plays a role. Because 5.56 NATO is produced in massive quantities worldwide, it's always going to be easier to find. If supply chain issues hit, 5.56 or 223 Remington is the caliber that will still be on store shelves. Meanwhile, 300 Blackout, while growing in popularity, remains more of a specialty round with less widespread availability. If you plan to train frequently on stockpile ammo, 5.56 is the clear winner in terms of cost effectiveness. And on that note, another quick reminder, Bear Creek Arsenal helps keep things affordable with budget-friendly 5.56 and 300 Blackout uppers, rifles, and barrels. If you're looking to stock up on a new cartridge, it's never been easier to get high-quality AR builds at prices that won't break the bank. One of 300 Blackout's biggest advantages is that it uses the exact same lower receiver, bolt carrier group, and buffer system as a standard 5.56 AR-15. That means you can swap between calibers by simply changing your upper receiver, making it incredibly modular and convenient. But this compatibility also introduces a serious safety risk. Because 300 Blackout rounds fit inside standard 5.56 magazines, it's possible to accidentally chamber a 300 Blackout round in a 5.56 rifle. If that happens, the results can be catastrophic, potentially destroying your rifle and causing serious injury. That's why it's critical to make sure your magazines are marked clearly and store them separately to avoid mix-ups. In terms of shootability, 5.56 has a slight edge when it comes to lower recoil. The lighter bullets and higher velocity create less felt recoil, making fast follow-up shots easier, which is a big advantage in competition shooting or dynamic engagements. 300 Blackout, while still manageable, reduces more recoil due to its heavier bullet weight. While the difference isn't extreme, it's noticeable, especially in lighter AR builds. For most shooters, 5.56 will feel more comfortable over long shooting sessions, but 300 Blackout's recoil is still well within the range of easy controllability with proper training and setup. Alright, we've covered a lot. Now let's sum it up with practical recommendations. If you're looking for a general purpose AR-15, 5.56 is hands down the best choice. It's cheaper to shoot, easier to find, and performs exceptionally well at medium to long ranges. If you plan to train frequently, shoot competitions, or rely on your rifle for duty or defensive use, 5.56 NATO offers unbeatable versatility. But if your priority is home defense, suppressed shooting, or short-barreled rifles, then 300 Blackout is the clear winner. The ability to retain stopping power in short barrels, function flawlessly with suppressors, and deliver heavier hitting energy at close range makes it ideal for CQB, hunting, and tactical applications. In the end, it's not about which caliber is better. It's about which fits your needs best. In a Bear Creek Arsenal, you can get exactly what you need in 5.56 or 300 Blackout at an affordable price. All right, that wraps up our breakdown of 300 Blackout versus 5.56 NATO. Let us know in the comments which caliber you prefer and why. For those of you running multiple setups for different use cases, we'd love to hear about them. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.